Hello everybody, my name is Chris Jablonski and so glad to welcome you back to another From Your Minister Junior edition where we tell a little story and we have a little mailbag. I'm joined with my family as always who are wonderful and actually came up with this story basically inspired by a wonderful little series called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie.
Technically.
Which we loved, and on a recent trip, a recent little adventure, I forget who it was, had the idea, probably Ben.
I think it was me.
It was one of them, had the idea, if you give a duck a baguette. And I was like, well, there's the next story. So, once upon a time, if you give a duck a baguette, then he's going to want to eat it. And when he's eating into the baguette, he's going to find something hard in the center, which is confusing at first until he eats around it and realizes it's a kazoo. And if the duck finds a kazoo, he's going to want to play it. And so he puts it in his little duck bill and he starts to play it. And he loves the feeling, but then the feeling starts getting even larger. And it's not just a normal kazoo playing feeling. No, this is a magical feeling. And if the duck is feeling a magical feeling, he's going to want to see where that magical feeling takes him. So he plays the kazoo even more intensely with even more passion in all of his being until a magical portal starts to open. And if the duck sees a magical portal starting to open, he's going to want to go through that magical portal. So he keeps playing the kazoo and he goes through the magical portal and is transported to an entirely alternate universe in which all of the colors of the world are inverted. Nothing seems the way it should seem. But one thing was clear. The duck shows up with a path in front of him. A very clear path in front of him. And so the duck decides he wants to go on the path. And as the duck is walking on the path, he hears a most fascinating sound off in the distance. Off in the distance, he hears the sound of a couple kazoos playing. Quietly at first, and then slowly as he's moving towards it, getting slightly louder. And sure enough, the duck can see off in the distance, there's a circle of hundreds and hundreds of birds all playing kazoos. Little kazoos and big kazoos, ostriches with huge kazoos, and hummingbirds with tiny little delicate kazoos. All right. And he's at first excited about this because he's never seen that many birds. And he has certainly never seen that many birds all playing kazoos. But if the duck sees all those different kinds of animals all playing kazoos, the sound, as you can imagine, is also a little overwhelming. And so the duck has a question, has a decision to make. Can he stay in the overwhelming moment? Can he find himself and find his song in the overwhelming moment? And so the duck has this decision, but sure enough, the duck decides to stay. And the duck decides to play. And so the duck goes into the center of all those hundreds of birds with all those hundreds of kazoos and that joyful, crazy noise. And the duck starts to play. And plays, and sure enough, the magic comes back from the same kazoo, and this time the magic from the magical kazoo played in the center of all of those other kazoos starts to manifest something right in the duck's wings. It's another baguette. And so, if duck finds himself with another baguette, he's going to eat it again. and it eats into it, and inside this baguette doesn't find another kazoo, but instead finds a tiny, delicious, perfect piece of cheese. And this duck loves cheese, and so the duck eats the cheese, and as the flavor of the cheese courses through the duck's body, the duck finds himself transported right back to home. Amen. And we tell you this story because right now we're all facing an overwhelming moment, kind of like that duck in the middle of the kazoos, and we have this choice before us over and over and over again, whether we can stay and whether we can be present in the overwhelming moment, and we can. And I have so much faith in all of you and in all of us that we can make it through this together here and now. So thank you so much. And I think it's time for a little bit of a mailbag. Do we have a duck? Do we have a duck for the mailbag? Aaliyah? Aaliyah? Okay, all right. So here we go, Aaliyah. Wait, we're stopping the kazoos. Remember, you gotta be nice and restrained with the kazoos.
Learn from the minister.
So we have still. You gotta keep the mailbag questions coming. We love answering them. It'll be something that we go back to. But we did want to say, Jack, do you remember the question?
Don't answer it in the comments or anything.
What is church going to be like in August?
What is church going to be like in August, which is now and into this fall? As many of you, we are looking at a very unknown fall with everybody going back to school. We still don't know what that'll look like. The church, we have a little COVID task force which just met and made some recommendations to the board. We'll be sending out some real clear details about all of that. But basically, the big idea for now anyway, like we thought ahead of time, was it's going to continue to be more of this. Your board of trustees is talking about it. Like I said, we'll send out more detail. Our staff, the music staff is coming back, and the religious education staff is coming back in the next 2 weeks. And we're going to be flooding you with all sorts of information about ways to connect. We will continue to be doing this. We'll continue to be providing worship opportunities. One thing we do know, however, though, is that we want to have more of your videos as part of the mailbag. So if you have something that you've created over the summer that you're particularly proud of, a huge Lego set that you've made, or if you've learned a piece of music you want to play, or a song that you want to sing, or show some acrobatic tricks that you've learned, or magic tricks, whatever. Anyway, anything you'd like to share, you can just make a video, have your parents email me, and we can put it on for the junior edition. We can have sort of guest spots, and we're very excited about starting that. So do please send me stuff. And Ben's excited to be doing the video editing on that.
Possible.
And we'll be sharing it out. So that's one thing coming, and stay tuned. There's going to be lots and lots of information.
Aaliyah's playing the duck, and
Aaliyah's playing the duck.
Ben is the cameraman. That's why you can't see him.
Yeah,
That's right. And now we're going to be played out with one, because we know that's what you want, one final song. So know that you're held, know that you're loved, know that we're going to make it through this all together. Thanks so much, and we'll see you very soon.
What